Yes people, it's Cam, and I'm going to show you how I made about £12,500 with drop servicing or an agency or a B2B service based business. It's kind of my own little mix of the three, but I'm going to show you how I made 12.5k in just 3 weeks with this and how you can too. Now, just so you know that there's no cap in my rap, I'm just going to pop up a young video of my Stripe account now. So there we have £12,368 in 3 weeks, or 3 weeks and 1 day if you want to be pedantic. Now, I don't know what that is in dollars, but maybe around 15k. So how did I do it? And more importantly, how can you do it too? Now, just a disclaimer, this is going to be a quick overview video explaining each step, but in later videos, I'll break down each step in detail. And at the end, I'm going to give you an exact timeline of how you can get started. Now, is this a get rich quick scheme? No. Is it easy? No. Are you going to watch this video and by the end of it, make 12k in your next week? Probably not. But what I can say is if you watch this video and take aggressive action moving forward from here, in 3 months, you'll be in a better financial position than you are now. And that is a guarantee. Anyway, let's jump straight into the video. So step one, and by far the most important step, is to build out an irresistible offer for the service that you're going to provide. Now, there's no one better at offer creation than my boy Alex Hormozi, the godfather of offers. When starting out, to simplify things, building an offer comes in 2 stages. The first is finding your niche. So here is a checklist for doing so. So the first point on the checklist is that they need to have money. You'll never be able to charge a high ticket cost if they don't have money. So there's no point targeting, for example, uni students or even targeting people who are unemployed, especially because we're looking to charge at least £1,000 for our offer. So number 2 is it needs to be hyper specific, and I mean hyper specific. So instead of targeting e-commerce brands as a whole, you should instead target, for example, clothing brands between 5 and 15k a month, just to be, again, hyper specific. Now, the third thing is that they need valuable problems that you can solve. This is exactly how you're going to get paid. So the more valuable the problem that you solve, the more they will pay you. And number 4 is there needs to be minimal competition. Now, I know that SMMA is really popular, and to be fair, that's the niche that I was in and I chose when I started, but there are many, many other easier niches to get to 10, 20, 30, even 50k a month with far less competition. So I'd actually recommend everyone to pick a niche where the competition is minimal. Now, the second stage is a little more difficult, and it actually requires a little bit of research. Now, once you've found your niche, you need to find their biggest desire. In layman's terms, you find a specific group of people with money and you offer them a specific desire that they want more than anything else. If you can do this, the rest is smooth sailing. Now, the key word is specific. The more specific, the better. Now, I know that this sounds a little bit complicated, especially if this is the first time hearing about something like this. But for everybody that shoots me a DM on Instagram, I'll actually help you build out your very own unique 6-figure offer. But for those who don't want me to build out them a specific offer, here are 5 examples of offers that you can take inspiration from. So just pause the screen to look at them now. Now, step 2 is to build out a video sales letter and a funnel around your offer where the call to action is a booked call with yourself. Basically, a video sales letter is a short video of yourself explaining the offer, how you deliver it, and at the end, encouraging someone to book a call with you. Now, before this scares you off, it doesn't need to be some high-tech video. All of my videos or my video sales letters have actually been recorded with an iPhone and iMovie. And as for the funnel, it's pretty much a 1-page website, and you can build this on ClickFunnels. Again, it doesn't need to be super complicated. And if you like this video and shoot me a message on Instagram, I'll actually send you the exact template that I use myself. Now, if you had to skip a step, it would be step 2. But with that being said, if you do this, it's just going to make life a lot more difficult. So I'd really recommend spending, a week or just over a week to really dial in step 2. Now, step 3, you need to drive traffic to this funnel. Now, the easiest way to do this is to find out where people in your niche congregate. Simply go there and shoot them a message. Now, depending on your niche, you might want to cold call people, you could email people, you could message them on Instagram or LinkedIn. It really depends on your specific niche. And these methods of outreach actually have the most scalability. But with that being said, when started, it's a lot easier to leverage freelance sites such as Upwork and Fiverr. And that is exactly what I did to get my first clients. Now, I want to make this very clear. There is no best method of outreach. People always message me and ask me what method I use, and to tell you the truth, it doesn't really matter. All that matters is that you're getting in front of decision makers and people in your niche. Now, the aim of the outreach is to get a prospect on a Zoom call with you so you can close them. Now, if you have an irresistible offer, it doesn't matter how you reach out to them, they're going to want to get on that call. Now, remember, we're only going for high ticket clients, so you will need to get on Zoom to close these guys. No one's just going to wire you over £2,000, £3,000, £4,000, £5,000 without talking to them first. Now, step 4 is service delivery or fulfillment. So you've built out your offer, you've crafted your VSL, you've reached out to someone and shown them your offer and VSL and your funnel, and they've now booked a call with you and want to move forward. So now it's time to actually do what you sold them on. Now, I would always recommend that the niche you pick, you have a little bit of knowledge in, or at least you have somewhat of an interest to learn more about. Now, in terms of service delivery, the very first step that I would take is actually to study your service or your niche in depth. Now, I would do this at the same time that you're reaching out to prospects. But with that being said, don't wait until you're an expert before reaching out to people. You can do these two things at the same time. Now, in studying your niche and service, this is not only going to make you appear knowledgeable on the sales call and increase the likelihood that someone closes, but it's also going to help you find a top tier service delivery team member. So when it comes to service delivery, you can obviously find them on Upwork, Fiverr, or even in Facebook groups and on Reddit. Now, once you do hire someone, I would really recommend working alongside them at the start, because it's really important that you gather as much knowledge in your niche as possible. I think it's important that you know at least a little bit about your particular field. Now, I say that because there's no point just palming off your clients to a cheap and rubbish service delivery team member on Upwork or Fiverr. That is really going to hurt longevity. So take time when picking a team member. Don't be cheap. Actually spend the money that you need to pay to get someone good and work with them to fulfill your client's needs. Again, I want to reiterate, do not offer a whack service. This is not going to help your business long term. You might make an extra £100, £200 per client, but trust me, having a high churn rate, having people leave after 1 month is really a nightmare. So that's the 4 steps required, and I know that I've covered a lot of ground in this video, so I just want to build you out a timeline over the next 100 days so you guys can actually implement this yourself. So from days 1 to 5, you should be finding your niche and building out your offer. Remember, if you hit me in the DMs, I can help you build out your offer for you. So from day 5 to 15, you should be crafting your funnel and your VSL. Now, this process shouldn't really take longer than 2 weeks. I've given you 15 days to do all of your preparation. Please do not take any longer than this. Don't get perfection paralysis. Just launch your first iteration, and trust me, you can build new iterations as you move forward, but do not take any longer than 15 days to start your business. Now, from day 15 onwards, you need to be reaching out to at least 15 business owners every single day. Now, however you're doing that, whether it's through Upwork, whether you're cold calling people, whether you're cold emailing people, it doesn't matter, but you need to reach out to 15 business owners every single day without fail. Now, whilst you're doing this, you should be simultaneously studying your niche and looking for a team member to bring on. So that is the exact business and the exact blueprint that you guys can use for the next 100 days to really help get your B2B service-based business off the ground. Now, I know I didn't go super in depth, but if you have any particular questions, just shoot me a message and I'll be sure to help you. Now, I just want to leave on this note. At the start of this year, for the first 6 months, I made barely any money. So this isn't some get-rich-quick scheme, but it is a get-rich-eventually scheme. And that is the most important thing. So it's been Can Get Rich. Now, if this video was in any way helpful, drop it a like. If you're a chief, drop it a dislike. And if you want to get rich together, hit that subscribe button for a video every other week.